today at practice. We had to be off yesterday because of the NCAA rules, but I think he's I don't want to say 100%, but I think he's certainly a very high likelihood that he'll play on Saturday.
How likely?
Very likely, yeah. I'd be extremely surprised if he doesn't play. Their coach, Pat Kelsey, is a guy we got a ton of respect for. We're about the same age, he and I. We kind of started in the business at the same time. I've known him for a long time. Got a ton of respect for his program and what he's building there. He's only been there for a matter of months, so he's in the process of getting his culture in place. He does have some good players, but I think it all starts with him. And they're going to play extremely hard on the defensive end. He's a Skip Prosser disciple, follows a lot of Coach Prosser's, beliefs. They're going to play mostly man-to-man, very hard. They're going to rebound the ball extremely well. We played them 2 years ago. Most of the guys on that team are gone, but there is one guy back from that team that we played 2 years ago at Wake Forest in the preseason NIT, and his name's Gideon Gamble, and he had about 25 on us in that game. It was his career high as a sophomore. Now he's a senior, and he's a guy that certainly one of the guys we're going to have to give a lot of attention to. I guess what you're getting at is, the Wichita State game was, it certainly looked different than the game before it and other games, and we weren't as effective in our press, and we didn't score as many points. So, yeah, people are going to watch that. People are going to see some of the strategic things that Wichita State did that maybe were successful against us. They may try to copy those things. We have to take a look at that game and just get better at what we need to get better at. I really think in scouting and in preparing for games, it's much more about your team and what you can do to be more successful with your guys. Certainly you want to know what the opponent's going to do, what they're going to run on offense, what defenses they're going to play. But it's more about your guys, first of all, being in the right frame of mind, and second of all, executing the plan. Our guys don't like to lose. I mean, if they did, then they'd be in the wrong place, because in our program we don't games like Tuesday night we don't take too kindly to. So it's an opportunity to grow, to move forward. I think at this time of year that has to be paramount, is moving forward and getting better, and I think our guys are dedicated to that. And like I said, we had to take yesterday off. I would have liked to practice an hour after the game got done. But the next 2 days in practice will be very spirited and very demanding, and I think our guys will move forward.
Coach, the free throw issue, how as a coach do you handle that? How much is mental, how much is just getting reps?
It's both. I mean, we've got to get reps, and we get a lot of reps in practice, but we certainly will get more. Everything you do in practice, you have to find a balance, because you could keep your guys in the gym for, the NCAA allows 4 hours a day. Then you might say, wow, they're going to be mentally worn down if you do that every day. So you got to find a balance between getting better at things like free throws and overdoing it. But you're right, it's mostly mental, because there's a huge difference between shooting free throws in Franklin Street Gym with a manager underneath the rim rebounding for you, and then shooting free throws in a real game with a real pressure situation. Like Javonte, down 2, shooting 2, 0.5 seconds on the clock. I think most of our guys are very good free throw shooters, but they haven't shown that yet. It's early in the year. I mean, we've only played 2 games, but certainly that's something that if we shoot the ball better on Tuesday night, we probably win the game. But even if that's the case, there's still things to get better at. What happens is sometimes when you win, it masks issues that you have as a team. And every team has issues, particularly at this time of year, things to get better at. Winning can mask that stuff. Losing exposes that stuff. And in that way, Tuesday night's result, it's good in that it exposes some things that we need to get better at.